All right, we're ready to rock. Well, thank you guys for jumping on this call. I see a few new faces, which is really exciting. And so this is our second call, you guys, which is super exciting because that means that there's such a need. Like there is a need. People are looking for options. People are looking for ways to bring extra money into their lives, into their families. And so we're really excited that you guys are open. Like kudos to all of you for being open. That's like the number one thing right away. So we're happy to have you here. I'm going to actually share my story of Isogenics and more like in the product aspect. And then we have some ladies that are going to share their stories. And then Allison is going to run through like the how-to, like how to make this happen. If you do have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and we'll try to get to them. If you have additional questions that we don't get to, just reach out to the person that added you to this group and they'll be happy to answer them for you. So my name is Molly, and my Isogenics journey started about almost 3 years ago. And I was like the biggest skeptic. My sister started and had this great physical transformation. And I was like, get away from me with your network marketing and your shakes. I don't want none of it. And I was so mean to her about it actually too. Like she looked great, had a great transformation. And I was just like, no way. And at that time, like I was not a healthy person. I was 35 pounds heavier than I am right now. And I was like not this vibrant person. I worked at corporate and I was totally the person who would come home and drink wine on the couch every night and just complain about my job. And so then I finally decided to use the products. My sister like made me put them in my body. And so I did it and I felt so good, you guys. I felt like I felt amazing. And so I started researching Isogenics. I started following Isogenics and reading and like just soaking in everything that I possibly could. And like now fast forward. So I went from this person who drank wine on her couch every night, didn't work out, didn't do anything. And like now, you guys, like last week, somebody referred to me as an athlete. Like an athlete. I'm like, what? Like, and now at 34, I found my abs. I'm like, I have them and I can see them. I'm like, who would have thought like at 34 years old, I would be like winning 5Ks and finding my abs and like feeling the best I've ever felt in my life. So I wanted to start with a product like transformation story because that is really like the foundation, right? Like I think most people here have fell in love with the products, right? So it starts with that, like falling in love with this amazing nutrition that's been given to us. So here I am now and like, just want to stand from the rooftops. I wish everybody would use Isogenics, right? So now I'm actually going to hand it over to, I think, Barbie, are you going to go first? And Barbie is going to talk to us a little bit about herself and like, just you guys soak in what Barbie has to say. She was just awarded the Heart of Isogenics Award, which is an amazing honor and just a testament to what type of person she is and what type of leader she is. So excited to hear from you, Barbie.
Yay! Thank you so much, Molly. You are so sweet. Yes, my name is Barbie, and I'm just going to share a little bit of my story, kind of where I came from, and honestly, and where I'm going, honestly. Like, that's what I want to share with you. So I ordered my first brown box about 5 years ago, but about 6 months prior to that, because it takes a little while, timing is everything. And about 6 months prior to that, I was having coffee with my wonderful friend, Allison. We were both working downtown Minneapolis, corporate America, and we were at coffee, and we were just talking about the grind life. We both commuted downtown Minneapolis. We were both pregnant with our second pregnancies. She was having a daughter and I was having twin boys. And we were just talking about, is this going to be the rest of our lives? Are we going to be doing this for the next 35 years? Filling out those annual reviews every year, just doing enough to just survive, right? And she told me about Isogenics, that her and her husband found a way out. And I will tell you, just like Molly, I just wasn't interested because I wasn't open. And I wasn't looking for something. I wasn't looking for a way out of corporate America. I had a good job. I was a marketing manager at one of the most loved brands in the United States. Like, I thought I had arrived. Like, I thought I had made it, but still couldn't picture myself doing this until I was 60 years old. And so what she talked about is, she just said, imagine having the freedom to go where you want, whenever you want. And she talked about lifting up leaders and doing everything that we did in corporate America, but on your own schedule. And I didn't know what she was doing. I didn't know anything about the products, but honestly, like, I could get behind her vision. And I was just open, and I was willing to take a look. And she talked about referrals. I mean, simply put, it is referrals. It's referral. It's word of mouth marketing. And we do it every day. We make referrals. We tell people about the products that we buy at Target and stuff. And so it just made sense. I'm someone who shares what I love anyway. Somebody asked me where I get my lip gloss. Somebody compliments me on my jeans, and I tell them automatically where they are and where I got them and how much I spent. I mean, it's just what we do. So it just made sense to me. And so I was open, and I was willing to take a look. And I ordered our brown box. My husband and I did it together, which was by far the best thing that we ever did together for our marriage. And then I started getting paid as I was telling people about it. And that right there was life-changing for me. I mean, I was now a mom. I had 3 kids in daycare, and an extra couple $100 a week was life-changing. It made it easier. We could finally breathe a little bit, where we weren't not necessarily like waiting until we got our paychecks in order to pay some bills. Like, it gave us breathing room financially. But I knew I wanted more. I knew that I could do more. And I knew that if I buckled down and if I focused for a couple years doing corporate America and Isagenix, that I would be able to free myself from my corporate America job, just like Allison had told me about. And about 3.5 years into my Isagenix journey and sharing the products and building a business while working 2 jobs, basically, is I was able to do it. I left my 6-figure income marketing career to do Isagenix and pursue Isagenix full time. And it has been the most rewarding, fulfilling change in career I have ever made in my entire life, because I'm working for myself. I'm not working for somebody else, but I also get to lift up leaders. And how awesome is it that I want everyone on my team to be more successful than me? I mean, in what other corporate job do they want you to surpass them in income and in rank? And that's what I want more than anything, is to lift my team up and see them be successful. And that's why I'm super, super excited to introduce our next speaker, as Rebecca Peel. And I didn't know her prior to Isagenix, but she has been one of the biggest blessings in my life. But that's what this is. It's a community of amazing people, and you just surround yourself with the most positive, fun-loving people ever. So I am so excited for you guys to hear Rebecca, hear her share her story, because it's different than mine. And that's the beauty of this, is that everybody comes from a different place, but they can all have the same success. So hand it over to you, Rebecca.
Thank you, Barbie. Hi, yes, my name's Rebecca Peel. That made me tear up a little bit. That's how awesome the community is. Because it truly is. I did not know Barbie before all this, or Allison, and the people in this business and this organization, they just become your family, and it's genuine and true. And that's just, part of what I'll get to in my story too. So my name's Rebecca Peel. As I said, I was in corporate America for about 9 years. Out of college, I was in transportation, logistics, and sales with one of the biggest third-party logistics companies. And that's where I met my husband, and we got married, and we had our first baby, and it was our decision together for me to quit that job and to stay home with the kids, starting then with Owen, our oldest, which I did. I was super excited to be able to do that. required quite a bit of sacrifice at the time, just removing one total income. But we did that, and that was will be 10 years ago in March that happened. So I've been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, and I will tell you, it's a hard job. And it doesn't you have to reach out to find those people to support you, because you are home with tiny humans, taking care of them a lot. So the people at the Target checkout counter, I know all their names, and I love them because I've talked to them for the last 9 years. They're local Target. But you find different ways to connect and get lifted up, and it really has been a huge blessing for me and for our family. But we had our daughter 2 years ago, our youngest Hazel, and I literally have been praying. I mean, praying. What would be next after she goes to kindergarten? Because I really, truly want that freedom to be home for my kids still. I think they're coming into like pivotal years of like 5th, 3rd, and then going to kindergarten, and then comes middle school and high school, and I don't want to be gone. I want to be here. And I knew we'd have the freedom to stay home. We'd still have to sacrifice. We do have a comfortable living, but what Isagenix allowed me, was the ability to dream differently. And so, yeah, about 2.5 years ago, my friend introduced me to a shake when I was pregnant with Hazel, and I tried it, and I was like, oh, but it's the only thing I could eat for the end of my pregnancy, so I did. And then my pivotal moment was I called her and I placed an order when I was still pregnant with Hazel. And the day I delivered Hazel, my ISO wallet showed up. I got an email at the hospital, and it said that I had received a payment of $300. And I remember looking at my husband and being like, I don't know what just happened, but this is super cool. And I was just so excited about it because I love the products. And it was probably because he had just started his 30-day. Of course, I'm plus 30. He's starting a 30-day and going to lose like 15 pounds in a minute. But so, yeah, that was our journey with the business when it started. For me, it was like, okay, I had an answer to my prayer of what was next. I wasn't looking for it. It completely fell in my lap. But it was something that I was passionate about. I'm passionate about community and hospitality. I love having people in my home. I love building relationships. I like talking to new people. And I also was very passionate about health and wellness and just exercise. And so it was almost like this perfect little bundle of goodness just plopped in my lap. And I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to get plugged in and make this work. And that's when I got to get connected with Barbie and kind of start learning more about the business in general. But for me, it has been, like she said, total opposite. I have, over the past year, really focused on the business building of this. And what I've loved about it is truly the community. But I'm going from being stay-at-home mom to back in like a work setting or like business setting. So I have to kind of retrain my brain differently than leaving kind of a corporate setting and going to like a different pace. And so I do think that's presented its own set of challenges, which, you know, we can talk about it another time if anyone has any questions. But it is nice to kind of start getting my sea legs under me again. And I'm learning different things on the computer and to do stuff like this, which I did not have to do in sales like 9 years ago on a computer. But yeah, I'm just learning a lot as I kind of get back into building a business outside of my home. But I am grateful for Isagenix and all the opportunities it has brought us. But for me, it's the ability. We always dreamed and we always had kind of bigger goals. But when I was able to see a residual income consistently coming in, it just has allowed my husband and I to dream bigger, differently for the future. And so for that, I'm very thankful for Isagenix and more than anything, just the amazing community that it has brought into my life. So that's my story. And I think Allison's going to go next.
Yes, Rebecca, I loved hearing that. I don't think I've ever heard like the specifics of like the 10 years ago and like what that looks like. So that was awesome. And you guys, I think that it really does highlight how the solutions can be for such a wide variety of people, like no matter where you're coming from in your background. And we have so many stories across our team of different types of people where it's like they really find their place and there really is a home here for so many types of people, you know, men, women, working professionals, stay-at-home parents, not parents, all sorts of types. And we just absolutely are passionate to show people that way. So right now, what I'm going to do is draw out really this 9K in 90 days and what this looks like. And the 90 days started, actually, I think it's today, because yesterday it was 91 days. So from today exactly, 90 days, almost 13 weeks, we have an opportunity and ability to make $9,000, actually slightly more than that, with this opportunity of Isagenix. And so I want to walk through what that looks like for you, because it's available to everyone, people who have been in Isagenix for a long time, brand new people, and it's really an accelerated sort of promotional bonus plan. So I'm going to walk through it. I do want to highlight one of the coolest things, I think, network marketing, there's so much out there about how this really is like the new economy, and word of mouth, referral marketing, we see it everywhere. One of the coolest things about this, you guys, is that we help people open their premium wellness account, their premium wellness store online. We do not carry their inventory. We simply connect people to products that are amazing. We get to create a recommended cart and create a link and send it to them so that they can get themselves started with the wholesale account. It ships directly to them from a distribution center. We don't have to be the distribution center. So we get to partner with a world-class company based out of Arizona with so many of the moving parts, and coming from a big retailer like Barbie and logistics like Rebecca. I mean, I have a little bit of both in my background. It's so fun to think about being able to partner with a world-class big company, but to be able to do it in a new economy way. So from our homes, from our laptops, virtually, and just a little bit about my story. So before Isagenix, I was climbing the corporate ladder. I got my master's in business, felt like I was probably going to spend my life climbing the corporate ladder, but I found myself so unfulfilled and unmotivated by that day-to-day grind. And for me, things really shifted into perspective after I had my first daughter. She's almost 7 now. And so thinking back, 7 years ago to that maternity leave, when, your heart really, it can shift when you have kids and you're like, gosh, there is, and I mean, Rebecca was like they put in the sacrifice so she could be home. I just don't, we physically were not in a situation where I could have done that. And, so I remember thinking, gosh, what else could there be? Not that I didn't want to work, but how could my work be different so that I could have that flexibility to have so much time with my kids? And I remember on maternity leave walking through neighborhoods and seeing the bus and seeing the moms out at the bus stop in the morning and in the afternoon, and being like, gosh, I would be at work right now. How would I do that if I wasn't on maternity leave, fast forwarding to her kindergarten 5 years later, And so I was introduced to Isagenix. I looked at this very, cautiously optimistic. If you're checking it out, just know the things that we're sharing here, they're just really true blue facts. And ultimately you get to decide. So I'm going to draw it out for you. And then we'll go from there. So as you can see here, so I have you. And basically it starts with you. It starts with you opening a wholesale account with the person that invited you here. And so you order your first pack. And in this example, we're going to use the value pack simply because the value pack includes the meals, the snacks, the vitamin and mineral support, a bunch of extras. It gets really good retention. People have the best experience. It's our best recommendation. So you start, and then the whole process is for earning money is you share, they share, repeat. And so you're going to share with your first 2 people. And that means, again, not moving inventory from your garage, but it means getting them started with a link to their wholesale account because they want premium wellness products too. The wellness products are life-changing. You heard a little bit from Molly. You could hear we have so many stories related to that. So you get person A started and you get person B started. And when you do that, and they start in the value pack just like you did, in the same calendar week as each other, you make $100 cash for the first person and you make $100 cash for the second person. And if you do 2 or more in the same week, they all double. So you actually make $200 cash for the first person, $200 cash for the second person. It literally gets loaded on a Visa card. And so when you share with 2 people, you also achieve a new level within Isagenix called consultants, and you make a one-time $50 consultant bonus. So far we have 200 plus 200 plus 50 is $450 that you have made simply for sharing with 2 people. You guys, that's more than half your pack. More than half your pack right there of consumable grocery type product. And then the next step is they share. So simply, help those 2 people. So you help person A and you help person B each share with 2 people. Do the same thing, get those same cash bonuses that you had. And so for helping others, for developing consultants, you get $100 for each one. So you get $100 when person A hits consultant, $100 when person B hits consultant. So another 200. So now you're at $650. Now, this normally you have a bonus ability to get a bonus of $250. For doing this right here, you share, they share within the first 60 days. Right now, the company has doubled all of the bonuses. So instead of getting $250 for doing this, you actually get $500 for doing this. And the entire company, we all have until February 3rd to achieve this. So this is called Crystal Manager. 2 consultants under you, 1 person that shares with 2 people and another person that shares with 2 people. And if you do that, you get $500 for doing that by February 3rd, everyone, plus the $650, okay? And then the whole concept, you share, they share, then it's repeat. And so then it's repeat, repeat, repeat. And the more you do, of course, the more you're going to earn. So creating, this first consultant and the second consultant, that's the level of leadership called manager. The next one is called director. And director means having 6 consultants. So manager, you have 2. Director, you have 6. And so the entire company has until March 10th to achieve director. So 6 of these, 6 people that share with 2 people. You guys, that's only 18 people when you really think about it. 6 people who each share with 2 people out there in the world. Achieve that by March 10th, and you get another $1,500. Okay, $1,500 more dollars. Plus, as I said, 100 every time you create a consultant. So we'll talk through that, but it's not either or. You get all of those. And then executive is the highest level of leadership. And executive is having 10 consultants under you. So 10. So again, repeating. So not 2, not 6, but now we all have until April 14th to achieve 10. And you guys, you get $2,000 for helping 10 people find their 2 people. That's 30 people getting healthy. 30 people getting healthy. So who is it that you know who's looking for premium nutrition and then would also like to refer a few friends and earn some cash? Or maybe they want to look at this whole thing and go after this, because guess what? Doing this, I'll show you the breakdown of all the money related to it, because we broke it down from now till April 14th, those 90 days away. But what it's really going to do is build that solid foundation of you having left, right, an entire consumer base of people who are loving these products, who are ordering these consumable products. They're consumable. They produce emotional results. They're visible. People naturally ask what you're doing because you feel amazing. You look amazing. You're carrying it around. You're eating it. Brown boxes are ordered every single day of the year. So imagine this going on for unlimited depth, both sides, literally no catch, nothing. Wherever someone shows up in your org, whether it's this consultant goes and builds a big business or this one does, you literally get all of that in commission payout that rolls up to you. And that's how over time you can build a residual income. Our family, this is truly our full-time family income now. I left that corporate job after about 1.5 years of saying yes to Isogenics through a lot of hard work, but this whole vision that we could do this and we could truly design our days. And so I'm just going to hold up here real quick. I have this, which just kind of lays it out. So 13 weeks, you can see the first part. So I talked about the 50. I talked about then you get the 500, the 1,500, and the 2,000. And then those 10 consultants, you get 100 for each. So 1,000 more. That's $5,050 for doing that. And then the other thing is, so as you're getting these people started, it's saying, you're going to get the 10 started on value packs. And so we're going to say over the 13 weeks, getting 20 started on value packs would be another $4,000. So about 2 a week over 10 weeks, $9,050. So, and there are There are slightly more, slightly less than this, but the person that added you can really help you understand how you can make that. And I just say, like, why not you? Why not you? And what would that life-changing money do for you between now and April 14th? So Molly, I'm going to kick it back to you to just close us out. And yeah, it's been fun to chat. There's a lot of people on. It's fun to we realize people are looking for what we have.
Oh, my heart rate is like pumping, you guys. That is exciting. Like that's big. And so I said this on the last call, and I'm going to bring it back to that. There's going to be two types of people that walk away from this call. Maybe all of you are going to be on fire, but some are going to be like, oh gosh, 10, that's a lot of people. It's a lot. And some of you are going to be like, oh my God, like all I have to find is 10 freaking people, like 10 people, you guys. There's like 7 billion people on Instagram alone. Like there are 10 people looking for solutions with health, looking for solutions with wealth. Like they are looking and they are hungry for it. All we have to do is find them. I remember the analogy that was given to me when I first started, and people, I forget who said it, but if someone told you, hey, there's $1 million under that pile of rocks over there, would you go flip over every freaking rock until you found the $1 million? You would flip over every rock. So you're going to have to go through a lot of no's. And you guys, it's not easy. Like this is not easy, but it's incredibly simple. It's incredibly simple to follow this system and to do it. And so I would encourage you guys, link up with the person that invited you to this call. And because the leaders on this call are running, like we're running, we're in action, we're going, we're moving, we're achieving things. And if you want to be a part of that, like we'll take you with us. We'll show you how, we'll do it with you. And so just raise your hand. You don't literally have to raise your hand right now. You can raise it if you want, but you don't, but raise your hand to that person and see, Aaron and Drew are ready. They got their hands up. So, reach out to the person that invited you, get excited, stay excited. Newsflash, like 30 minutes ago, I was like not wanting to be on a call and I changed my state. All of y'all can change your state. So, okay, I'm done. I could keep going. I'm so excited, you guys. So I hope to see all of you running over the next 90 days. Okay, that's all. Have a good night.